Welcome back to Chaotic and Witchy. I have an incredibly exciting reading for you today. What we're going to be looking at is your next upcoming relationship. What kind of connection this is going to be. Is this a twin flame connection? Is this a soulmate one? Is this a karmic connection? And most importantly, what lessons you're going to learn in this relationship. What are the takeaways? Please, if you do like this reading, like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot as a small channel just starting out on YouTube. But also, most importantly, I'm interested to hear whether this reading resonated with you. Also, if you do, please let me know what kind of readings you want to see from me in the future. That would be very helpful, and I would like to create content that you enjoy. So please go ahead, meditate on a pile, make your selection, and I will see you in a little bit. Hello and welcome pile 1 to your reading. I'm going to come out and say it. This is a very awesome pile. There is a lot of great things coming your way in this relationship. I am very excited for you, but I'm going to begin by letting you know the song that I chose for you. The song is Old Wounds by PVRIS, and it is incredibly fitting for this set of cards because I do believe very strongly that this person is your twin flame, and there's a lot of clues as to this in the pile, and I'm going to go in and get right into it. So the first thing I'm seeing is the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. And the King and the Queen are on both sides of the Knight of Swords. There is definitely a lot of mirroring going on with the King and the Queen, but also the Two of Cups. This is why I believe this is a twin flame connection. The other thing I'm seeing about this person with the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, as well as the Eight of Pentacles, is that this person is incredibly skilled. They are incredibly emotionally and intellectually sophisticated. And I get this really strong sense that they may be a bit older than you, just looking at the dynamic between the King and the Queen here. The King looks a little bit older, as you can see, a lot more mature, a lot more comfortable in his skin. And I do believe that this person may be older than you, but really what the key thing is here is that they are going to be someone that is quite well-rounded and intelligent. I am seeing that you two may work in the same field of work, and this may be because the King of Swords represents someone who could be in a position of authority and have a really great reputation that they are protecting nearly and dearly. They're constantly sharpening their skill. I think that this person may be in the legal field, a lawyer. They could be in the financial field, such as an accountant or a financial advisor. But this is certainly someone that is holding a position of high regard. I'm also hearing surgeon because of the level of skill displayed here. I'm also seeing that the King of Swords has his hands very visible. They may be somebody that works with their hands as a surgeon, but they're definitely occupying a position that is held in very high regard, that requires a lot of ongoing skill, ongoing sharpening of skill, learning as you go. There's a constant exploration of developing yourself further. So this person is always going to be working on themselves and their intelligence and what they are practicing in. So they are someone that is going to likely have a very well-established, highly regarded career. Now, the other thing that I am seeing here is that this person is going to be very adventurous. I have the Knight of Swords, but I also have the Adventures Oracle card present. This is someone that's going to like to take a lot of trips. This is someone that's going to go hiking with you, exploring with you. They're going to take you to new places, new locations. You're going to move a lot. There's going to be a lot of movement. Not necessarily that your home is going to move around a lot, but you're going to travel a lot with this person. They're going to teach you new things that you've never seen before. They're going to explore new things with you. And definitely, I believe that this is someone who, I think for you especially, because I do have the Eight of Swords, there is going to be a degree coming from either this person or from you of disbelief. You're not going to believe that you deserved a person like this. You're not going to believe that this person could be interested in you, or vice versa, because again, you're twin flames, you're perfect halves. And I do sense that you're going to feel that way and they're going to feel that way, and you may not communicate that to one another. You're not going to say to each other, oh, I can't believe it, I don't know how I got to deserve you. But that's going to be a very pervasive thought, because you are incredible and they're going to see you that way and you're going to see them that way. And I do believe that both of you have a history of people who have not really treated you that way, that took you for granted, haven't looked up at you as, you know, as someone who is almost too good for them. Although that's not true. Again, you are both equal halves. And I also think that you occupy the same field or are in the periphery of the same field, and you both have the same level of skill, the same level of intellect in this area. So I do think that while you might both look at each other and go, I don't know how I could have possibly deserved the attention of this person, I don't know how I could have possibly snared this person, you're going to feel like you're kind of in a fever dream almost. You're going to be kind of like a fish out of water. But really, this is going to be someone who's going to feel the exact same way. And they may not articulate it, but they are feeling the same way. They feel incredibly grateful and at a loss as to how they found you and how they brought you into their life. So I think that while they are someone who has this high status, high reputation, they're also very humble. They're also going to be someone who's going to, for example, be very open and vulnerable with you and you with them. And you're going to have this very reciprocal relationship. But at the same time, because I do have the Eight of Swords, I do sense that both of you are going to have this sense of, what did I do to deserve them, and vice versa. The other important thing is that if you or they came from a background where they were not treated well, or they weren't appreciated, or they put in all of this effort and it wasn't reciprocated, or for example, I'm hearing that they might have ended a relationship where they were with someone who did not share their interests, who kind of rolled their eyes and didn't really appreciate it. They wanted to go out and show them things and they didn't really value that, or vice versa. You may have come from the same place. And what's going to happen is you're going to have this moment where you both collide and you feel immediately attracted to one another. The conversations are going to be effortless. You're going to talk for hours. You're going to not want to stop talking to this person. You're going to think about them all the time. You're going to think about things that you're excited to share with them the next time you speak with them. And like I said, for some of you, you may be in the same workplace or you might do the same type of work, but really you're going to be incredibly excited to go out and talk to them and share with them and engage with them. The other thing I am hearing is that for some of you, because I do have the worth waiting for card here, this connection is going to happen very quickly, but it's going to be a very slow build. So I have the sense here that you're going to feel immediately connected to them, but you're both going to dance around it a little bit. And that's why I'm seeing the Eight of Swords here. You're going to dance around a little bit because you're going to think, oh my God, I mean, like, I think this person treats everyone this way. And I think this person is just so charismatic and so energetic and so attractive. And I don't believe that, you know, I am the person they're attracted to or drawn to. But nevertheless, they're going to feel the same way. And I think that's going to cause a bit of delay here to really getting to the sweet part, which is the union between you two. And there's going to be a lot of buildup, a lot of slow buildup. It might take up to a year, I'm hearing, for you to finally come together and express these feelings. And if you're in the workplace, you might just be cautious about kind of engaging in the workplace in this way. You're going to feel like, oh, people are watching us and I don't really want to give the wrong impression. And there might be a little bit of walking on eggshells there, but there is going to be this immediate, instantaneous, powerful connection. You're going to know right away that this is someone that you're going to want to continue having a relationship with. And also, if you have old wounds, I mean, the song for this is Old Wounds by PVRIS. It's an amazing song. Please do listen to it. I get a very strong twin flame vibe from the video and from the song. One of my favorite songs this year, honestly, incredible. Do check it out. But the other thing I'm feeling is because you've been hurt before and they have been hurt before, This is going to be someone that's going to help you trust again, that is going to open you up in a great way, in a beautiful way. You're going to also, again, you are going to feel unworthy. They're going to feel unworthy. You're a perfect mirror of one another. But ultimately, they're going to open up to you and you to them. And when this finally picks up, when this finally takes off, it's going to be like lightning struck, and it's going to feel perfect. And a twin flame connection doesn't always have to be rosy and peachy. It's full of challenges. It's full of difficulties. I'm hearing you are going to have to overcome this lack of confidence that you might have in yourself, which I don't understand why, because you're the Queen of Swords or the King of Swords. Both, again, I have both of these cards mirroring each other perfectly. Super twin flame. The Two of Cups, again, very, very twin flame. Or you both might be the Queens of Swords and the Kings of Swords if you are someone who is part of the LGBTQ community. I am also seeing that here the LGBTQ community is represented here as well. It's non-specific to any of those orientations. It's for everyone. So take of it and interpret it how you need to suit yourself. But I am feeling, and when I pulled these cards, I felt a very strong shiver down my back. Like I said, this is an exciting, invigorating connection. You're going to spark each other up. I'm hearing that a lot of you have been in a lull. You have been in a place of, repetition, of cycles. You may have been focusing strictly on your work, on your education, if you're not someone who currently holds down a career. This could also be a future reading for when you do have a career and you meet this person within that realm, or within, if you go to school together studying for the same thing. There is definitely going to be something there that you both can talk for hours about and be passionate about. But why I'm seeing that you two are going to inspire creativity in one another is this card. And again, it starts with 1, and 1 for me, 1 for me represents the twin flame connection. 1111, you might start seeing that number as they approach, or when you do meet them. There's going to be signs and synchronicities, so do keep an eye for that. The other thing, they are going to inspire you. They're going to strike your creativity. They're going to engage your imagination. And I'm also seeing conception. That can mean having a child. It doesn't have to be the case. If you're not into having children, don't worry. You're going to conceive a brand new idea together. You're going to work together. You're going to inspire one another, and you're going to grow together. So I do see this as a very, very long-lasting twin flame connection, and it's incredibly exciting for you to have chosen this pile 1. I'm so excited for you. I wish you the best. I do again think this is a twin flame connection, but ultimately you're going to become reinvigorated from connecting with this person, and vice versa. This is going to be something that when you see it, you are going to, it's going to feel like an electric jolt of excitement. I'm hearing you're going to go to bed, but you're going to sprint out of bed. You're not going to want to stay asleep. You're going to have this boost of energy and thrill, because I'm seeing the Knight of Swords. It is going to reinvigorate your every atom, and vice versa. They are going to be excited for you, you for them. And even during that slow build that I mentioned, it is going to happen even then. You're going to, if you're dreading coming into work or dreading going to school, that's going to change. You're going to be super excited to go, because they're going to be there, and they're going to really color your world and make it exciting and thrilling again. I'm very, very, very excited for you, pile 1. Please like and subscribe if you like this reading. Leave a comment below. Let me know if it's resonating with you, or if you've met this person and you're already in that slow build that I'm mentioning. And of course, as always, I appreciate so much that you joined me here today. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, and I really hope to see you soon. Hello and welcome, pile 2, to your reading. I'm very excited to do this reading for you today. I'm going to call you my spicy pile, because what I'm seeing here is some really sultry, spicy, almost illicit energy. And that goes really well with the song I picked for you today. It is Illicit Affair by Taylor Swift. I believe it came out today or last night. It's actually one of my top songs from her new album, so do check it out. And oh boy, does it fit this reading perfectly. I'm gonna call this my spicy pile for one reason. I do think that either you, and although this is a reading for singles, so if you snuck in here, it happens. I know that this is a general reading. People are curious and do click on things that may not be perhaps fitting for your current situation, but that may not necessarily be the case. It may be this person as well. What I'm seeing here is the Devil, the Magician, the Three of Swords, and I'm coupling it with that Taylor Swift song, Illicit Affair. I think this person is either in a relationship when you meet them, or they will be in some sort of romantic entanglement that they cannot quite break free from. I do have the Devil here, and in true the Devil fashion, you can see that there is rope and it is binding another person. I think this person is in a romantic entanglement. They may not necessarily be in a relationship. It may not necessarily be that kind of thing, but it may be. And the other way to read this is they may be in a situation they haven't quite broken free from, because I have the Three of Swords. So I do think there's going to be a third party involved here that's going to create a bit of difficulty for you two. A bit of karmic difficulty is possible. But ultimately, the other thing I'm sensing strongly here is that this is a karmic connection and not a soulmate and not a twin flame connection. I think this is a connection that you're going to need to learn something from. There's a lesson here, and I think the lesson here is that this is a person who's going to reinvigorate a part of you that has been slumbering. I have the Magician card here, and it goes beautifully with the Taylor Swift song. I don't remember the lyric right off the top of my head because I only heard it this morning, but I believe in that song. She makes this, there's a line where she says, "You make me see colors that only I can see by being with you." And as you can see here, the Magician is sitting here, and there are all of these beautiful colors in front of him. And I do think that what's going to happen in this connection is that they're going to show you a side of love, a side of charisma or creativity that's going to spark you right up and shake you, rouse you awake from something that you have been either avoiding or something that has been slumbering inside of you, and you haven't really brought that out for a long time. But I also have the Three of Swords, and I cannot look away from that. There is going to be pain and heartbreak in this relationship, which is why I believe firmly that there's an entanglement here, either coming from you or from them. But I am seeing this person as incredibly charismatic, charming, creative, passionate. I have the Knight of Cups. I think they're very romantic. They're going to sweep you off your feet, whether you like it or not. I'm hearing you're going to put up some resistance at first, possibly because of this entanglement or possibly because of how overbearing they are at first. But I think they're going to look at you as someone, I have the Abundance card. I think they're looking at you or will look at you as someone who is very abundant, beautiful, stunning, breathtaking. You're someone that's going to draw them in and overtake them. They're not going to be expecting you. That's what I heard. And I think that they're also slumbering in their lives. If they are in a connection or if they were recently separated from someone, this individual is not quite like you. And that's really why people look at other people when they are in relationships or coming out of relationships or contemplating leaving a relationship, is that there's something that they're lacking and they sense it and they want out. And then when they see it, that is almost this irresistible temptation that they're going to want to leap into. So I do see that for you here. I also think that you two are, I have the flirt card here. I think you two are going to flirt with one another quite a lot. There's going to be a lot of sort of subtle flirtation. It's not going to be overt. There's going to be a bit of a slow build. There's going to be, again, I think you're going to resist, or, you know, I don't think they're going to resist because I do have a lot of Knight energy, Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. I think that they're very charismatic. They will draw you in. Like I said, you have the Magician here. They're going to show you all of these brand new colors, this brand new way of seeing the world. They're going to reinvigorate the dullness that I believe you've been experiencing and bring that vibrancy out. And although they're going to do that for you, you're going to do that for them, because they're looking at you as this abundant and incredible creature, this incredibly bright, vibrant, colorful. And like I said, I think you're very, very beautiful. Whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, you're going to lure them in strongly. And again, I'm seeing the number 33 here. You might be seeing some synchronicities like 33333 that are repeating here when you do meet them. So there might be a synchronistic pattern you're going to see, but at the heart of this reading is the Wheel of Fate. And the Wheel of Fate does symbolize cycles and karma. So I have to warn you here, because I have the Three of Swords and the Wheel of Fate. This is, again, like I said, I think it's a karmic relationship first and foremost. This is something that has to happen so that you can learn a very valuable, transformative lesson, so that you can become reinvigorated and, you know, brought alive. But ultimately this is going to be temporary and short-lived. It's going to be messy. There is going to be a lot of difficulty, but like I said, they're going to be inexplicably drawn to you. I have this, follow the white rabbit. It says curiosity meets opportunity. I think when they meet you, they're not going to be out there scouting for somebody new, whether they are in a relationship that they want to terminate, or whether they're just out of a relationship but they're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's not quite over, and that's kind of why they might be turning their eyes to other people and entertaining that idea. But like I said, they're not out there looking to start something. They're going to see you, and you're going to catch them and light them ablaze, really is what I'm hearing. You're going to light them ablaze. You're going to make their blood boil, not in an angry way, but in this exciting way. I'm also seeing flushing. I think every time they look at you, like I said, during this sort of courting period where it's subtle, there's subtle flirtation, but it's not obvious, they're going to blush when they talk to you. They're going to wear their emotions. Like I said, I have the Three of Swords and the color red. There's quite a bit of red here. I'm hearing that they're going to blush when they're looking at you, and that's going to be the sign that's going to tip you off into thinking, oh, okay, oh, this is something else. This isn't just, you know, something that we're just doing casually, we're flirting, or we're kind of joking back and forth. This is going to be something that they're going to be unable to hide. They're going to give away. There's going to be signs that are going to tell you that they are interested in you, and vice versa. I think you might blush when you are around them. I'm also sensing you might kind of get a little nauseous whenever they're around, a little queasy. When I was pulling these cards, I felt a little bit of a nauseous feeling, a tightness in my stomach. I think you're going to get nauseous around them, anxious around them, and ultimately this is going to be an inexplicable connection and a draw. I don't necessarily think that it's, you know, going to be intimate. I don't think that, because there is this third party situation, it might just be a lot of flirting, a lot of subtlety. But ultimately what is going to happen is that in your conversations, in your discussions, in your flirtatiousness, in this engagement, you're going to start seeing that either the situation you are in is not the right one, or the situation that they are in is not the right one. And that is going to be that domino effect that's going to propel them away from this entanglement that they are in, this devil card, this Three of Swords energy. They're going to see that whatever they're holding on to, or vice versa, if this is you, you're going to see that, oh my God, there are people out there who can give me something that I am currently lacking, and that's okay. It's not, as long as you're honest and open, and as long as you're not doing something that will intentionally harm someone, and you walk away when walking away becomes necessary. This is going to be a karmic lesson for you to propel you to something better, and ultimately to lead you to your twin flame, to lead you to your soulmate, to lead you to someone who is going to be that forever place for you, and for them vice versa. But I believe this person is going to be that intermediary spark that's going to tell you that there is something out there for me that's going to fit me better, that's going to help me grow in a better way. But I don't think that this connection is going to be it. I really don't, unfortunately. I feel like this is going to be that initial spark that is going to lead you both down the path where you have to go. I'm also hearing that you're going to stay friends. I'm hearing that if they are not your forever person, which I'm feeling like they're not, you're going to still be friendly, you're going to be loving, and you're going to be connected to each other in some way. And you are going to have this future together indirectly, not romantically, but it is going to be there. You're going to see them from time to time. You're going to talk to them from time to time. But I think in the present circumstances and what is coming to you soon, this is just going to be a reinvigoration, a new exciting chapter, but I don't think it's permanent, unfortunately. I do think it's karmic, but it is nonetheless exciting. And I think what it's going to do is it's going to help you bring out the colors that you've been stifling. Whether you're in a bad connection where someone isn't treating you the way you deserve, or for them, vice versa, you're going to see this person as someone that's going to look at you and go, holy crap, look how beautiful she is, look how beautiful and amazing he is. And you're going to really rebuild each other's confidence that has been torn down by something preceding this. And that's the role I believe this relationship is going to play. I'm very excited for you. I'm sorry that this may not be something that is going to be permanent. It doesn't always have to be. Relationships are our way of learning and understanding ourselves better. It doesn't have to be something that is forever, and that's okay. But for you, I do get a sense that this is going to be an important connection to you, and one that's not without difficulty and challenge, but ultimately one that helps you realize how beautiful, abundant, valuable, desirable you are. I'm hearing some of you haven't felt desired in a long time, and I feel like this person is going to really invigorate that in you, and I'm incredibly excited for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please let me know if this resonates below, and like and subscribe if you would like, and I mean, it helps me out a lot as a small channel starting out. I'd really appreciate it. But most importantly, I hope you have a lovely day. I hope that you have a great romantic connection ahead of you, and thank you again for watching. Hello and welcome Pile 3 to your reading. I'm incredibly grateful to have you here with me today, and I'm excited to start into this reading. And I'm going to start out by letting you know the song that I picked for you today. And the song I picked for you today is Worry About Me by Ellie Goulding featuring Blackbear. Now, I'm gonna tell you some bad news. I think that this person you're going to have another relationship with is someone you've already had a relationship with, or this is someone that is going to repeat the same patterns you've already seen previously, because I have the Ten of Cups. Now what the Ten of Cups tells me is this may be someone who you have a family with, or you have had a family with. This may be someone that you have had a long-term relationship with that at first was very blissful, it was very enjoyable, it was quite fun, but there was a problem with balance. I have the Temperance card in the middle here. I think what happened is that there was a problem with you and them seeing eye to eye on all issues. There was a difficulty, challenges, and ultimately what happened, as represented by the Five of Swords card, is you had to walk away from them, or they walked away from you. And the thing that I'm also seeing here is when they stepped away from your life, they never quite left it. They've been hovering over it. They have been following your social media. They have been checking in on you. They have definitely been hovering. And what has really caused you to be a thorn in their side is the fact that you are becoming incredibly abundant. You're transforming. You're becoming this very financially stable person. It doesn't necessarily have to be about money, but you're becoming someone that is growing into your own. And they're seeing this and they want to re-enter your life, and they want to restart something that was ended previously, that may not have been the best situation, that you thought, you know, there was something about you that was immature. I do have this really young girl represented here in the Six of Pentacles card, and I do see that there may be a bit of immaturity. Maybe the Ten of Cups is really symbolic of their childishness and their immaturity and their inability to be, you know, more akin to the Temperance card. Someone that's balanced, who's level-headed, who is fulfilling and satiating, and who meets your needs and you meet theirs. I feel like there may have been a bit of childishness present here, or perhaps this was someone that you knew when you were quite young and you tried to start something up with, or they tried to start something up with you, but ultimately there was too much conflict, too much discord, and you had to walk away from each other. That is one possibility. So for some of you, it could be an ex, it could be an old marital partner, it could be someone that you had a very long-term relationship with. Alternatively, it could be someone from your childhood who perhaps you tried to start a romantic relationship with, or they with you. It didn't work out. Lots of childishness, lots of immature tendencies, and now they are observing you and they're seeing you grow into this beautiful, abundant, sophisticated, intelligent, funny, really attractive person. And because there is this history, there is this desire to go back. And I have the Moon card also represented here. And one of the things that the Moon card represents sometimes is anxiety, worry, inability to see past the murkiness of life, past the mysteriousness of life. I feel either you or them thinks that I want to go back to the safe place, this familiar place. And yes, it didn't work out, but I want to give it another go because it's, you know, something I already know this person. I know this person's qualities that I like and I don't like, and it's safe and I can go there and I can retreat. But really what I'm seeing here is quite a bit of, I'm seeing, well, codependency here. I'm seeing codependency. And I'm also seeing freedom, which is what really tells me that this is someone that you have walked away from in the past. This is someone who you may have separated from and liberated yourself from, but there is this degree of codependency, and I think what you have is quite a bit of history, or if not a lot of history. They're just comforting to you because you've already gotten to know them. You've already put in that effort to learn about them, to understand them, to grow with them, and it's easy to kind of retreat to that familiar place instead of going into the unknown and exploring a relationship with somebody else. So I'm getting the sense that what's going to happen is that they're going to come back into your life and they're going to tell you to give your relationship a chance, or you are going to tell them that, or you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to try to work it out. And really what is going to be driving them is the fact that they're observing you become this abundant, beautiful woman. Like I said, I have the 9 of Pentacles here, and she looks serene. She looks stunning. She's got this gorgeous flowing long hair. She looks mysterious, and certainly this card in itself represents this abundance, stability, growth. She's got trees behind her, this earthy, feminine. It doesn't have to be feminine. It could be a masculine energy, depending on who you are. But really what you are to this person is someone that they regret losing, someone they regret walking away from, and they're going to try to swoop in and bring you back in. And that's why the song I picked for you is Worry About Me. And it's really about, you know, don't worry about me, I'm doing fine, but this person is hovering over you, they're checking in on you. And the other thing I hear is a lot of uninvited advice. Sometimes they will leave comments on your posts or messages watching what you're doing, and they will, you know, kind of try to comment on your life and tell you what way to go, and they're going to try to direct you in the direction you should go, or they're going to be critical about what you're doing. They might, you know, if you've had new romantic partnerships after them, they're seeing this, they're observing this, they're hovering, and they're really feeling bad about what they've done and their decisions in the relationship that prompted this separation. Because I do think that ultimately you made the decision to separate from them, and what's going to happen is they're going to either try to reel you back into a new relationship or into a new romantic connection, and you're going to give it a chance because you're thinking, okay, if some of you do have children, that's likely the reason. If you have had a marriage and you're trying to make it work, that's going to be part of the reason. But ultimately, you're going to try to give it a chance because of this moon card, because of this anxiety card about the unknown. You don't know what's up ahead, but you know what came before. And you know the person you were with. And even if they have quirks and things that annoy you or pissed you off and made you walk away, it is a safe space to retreat. And I think also for some of you, you have just had a bad relationship and you want to kind of go somewhere safe with someone who does know you very well, and you can kind of go and unwind there and recover there. But ultimately, it's not coming from a place of necessarily love, that you think that this person is your soulmate or the one, but it's more so stemming from anxiety because you think that I can kind of try to give this a go and see what happens. But ultimately, really what's happening here is this codependent, persistent, overbearing nature, and they're going to try to reel you in. Because, like I said, they have regrets, and those regrets are because you're becoming abundant and you're becoming, like this card says, I want to be a queen. It says, starting your sovereignty, declaring freedom, passing a test. So this is another freedom card. I have freedom here, freedom here. So again, when things double up, it's a repeated message. I think it needs to be heard twice as hard, because really what it's saying to me is they're seeing you grow into your authentic self, your abundant self, and you're doing this without them. The other thing the 10 of Cups can represent is perhaps you've already started a new relationship with someone and you had a wonderful relationship with this person, and they are looking at it and they're envious of it, and you know, perhaps you just are hot off the heels of that ending and they're jealous and they're trying to kind of creep back in. And I don't think that this is a forever connection. Like I said, I have freedom twice. I have codependency. I have this 5 of Swords energy. Really, I think what this may be is just a repetitious cycle of the same old thing. And if this is not a person that you have already had this with, this just could be a pattern of repeating the same thing, that you walk away from someone, they try to, you know, they blow you off, or they ghost you, or they don't give you the love and the attention and the appreciation you deserve. And then they're going to try to snake their way back in and try to reinsert themselves because they're seeing you become this beautiful, fulfilled, and authentic person that is so alluring to them. And they're kicking themselves because maybe they went out into the world, they saw that there's nobody like you in the world, and they're trying to get right back into it and trying to slip their way in. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I am not here to tell you what decisions you should make, what choices you should make, whether or not you should give this relationship a chance. Perhaps there are good, valid reasons for trying again. Maybe the 5 of Swords represents an argument that could have been avoided, somebody acting capriciously, someone kind of acting impulsively, walking away from things not for all the right reasons. But really what is essential here is that you have a very strong representation of someone for you as someone who is very abundant, and you're growing. And you really shouldn't be in a situation where anybody's going to interfere with that or take advantage of that if they did not help you get there. If they did not help you grow, if they did not, I guess, fight for you or encourage you or tell you or assure you that you have what it takes to become more abundant, fulfilled, strong, confident. If they didn't help you do that, then they don't deserve a slice of that pie. It is really that simple. But I'm not going to be here to tell you what choice to make. All I'm saying is that I am seeing someone who is going to attempt to do that. You might entertain it. You might allow it to happen because, again, there may be very good reasons in your life for doing so. But ultimately, you do need to remember that if you're the one who had to pick yourself up after someone tried to tear you down or walked away when you were at a low point and they didn't support you and they didn't lift you up, then there is no reason why that should repeat again. And this may be a warning. Maybe this is not something that is destined to happen, but just a warning that you need to hear in this reading right now. Do not let people take advantage of the hard work that you put in into yourself, into your life. If they weren't there to work hard alongside you, lift you up, take care of you, protect you, don't let them take advantage of that, because you really, although you may be anxious, like I said, you're fearful of the unknown in the future. But I also have the I want to be a queen card here. I have the 9 of Pentacles card here. You are someone that is worthy of someone who is going to be there for you through and through, who's going to lift you up, who's going to be the yin to your yang, that temperance card, that balance card, and isn't going to weigh you down or make you feel, sorry, there's a motorcycle passing by, make you feel codependent, make you feel like you need them to survive. That's not what real, solid soulmate or twin flame love feels like. This is just a karmic connection. This is something that you need to learn a lesson out of. And it may be harsh, it may be tough, and you might want me to say, oh, you know, they made a mistake and they're regretting it. I don't believe in that. I'm sorry. I believe in people being responsible for their actions, and if they hurt someone, you own up to it then and there. You don't wait until they've already rebuilt themselves and grown on their own to then come back and plop themselves into your life again, and then, I guess, feast on the fruits of your labor that you put in yourself when you were at a low point to bring yourself out of that low point. So I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm lecturing. I just want to assure you that you have this queen energy. They're seeing it. That's what they're reacting to. And if they're going to come back in and they're going to do the same thing, you do have to think long and hard about reintroducing that energy into your life again when you've worked so hard. I can definitely see that you've worked very, very hard to get your freedom, to get your queendom, to get your strength back. So that is your reading, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate having you here. As always, like and subscribe, and let me know if this reading resonated. That's the most important thing. Have a lovely day. Welcome to your reading, pile 4. I'm incredibly grateful to have you here with me today. I'm going to start out by letting you know the song that I chose, and it is Tides by Ellie Goulding, and it's quite a really cute song, and I do think that this fits this reading quite well as usual, and I'm going to get right into it. So I'm already seeing that the person that's coming into your life, I have the Lovers, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands. So this is someone who is very charismatic, very romantic, very lively. I have a lot of Knight Cups, so they might be in their early 20s. They might be a young adult. They're kind of not, the Knights are, you know, not the most mature of the tarot deck, but they're definitely kind of coming into their own. But I also have the Emperor card, which at the same time signifies to me that they may be older, more established, and more of an authority figure. But that doesn't necessarily, so it doesn't necessarily have to be that they're younger. It's just that sometimes when we're assessing age in the cards, we use the Page, Knight, and King and Queen system to assess the age of individuals represented. But I also have the Page of Swords. But really what I'm thinking is more what it says about this relationship, taking into account all of these other cards that are present. So what I'm seeing first and foremost is that you both have come from a lot of heartbreak. You have come from a place where you do have some wounds on your heart. You have some wounds on your ego. You definitely have reservations about letting somebody in. You've had a lot of bad dating attempts. You've had a lot of unfortunate relationships. If you've had relationships, you might both be coming out of a long-term relationship. But I do think that this connection is going to be very powerful. Like I said, I have the Lovers, I have the Knight of Cups. This is a very romantic, charismatic, sensual person. This is someone that is going to, like he's depicted holding flowers and there's a picnic. This is someone that's going to do a lot of romantic things to get your attention. And at the same time, I have the Knight of Wands, which represents this passion, action, impulsiveness, which is where I think they might be. If they are more mature, they might be a little bit on the youthful, playful side of that. They may be someone who's, if you're younger and they are older, they're definitely going to be able to intellectually match you in that way, because they may be a little bit more playful, a little bit more impulsive, and a little bit more fun and down to earth. I'm hearing they're very funny. I'm hearing they're going to make you laugh a lot. You're going to make them laugh a lot. And what I'm hearing is that I have this Page of Swords card. I'm hearing that they're going to spot you at a distance. You're going to catch their eye. The reason is because I'm seeing this little butterfly that he's reaching out for. I think you're the butterfly, pile 4. I think they're going to spot you at a distance. And I think you first of all, I think you both may know each other in some respects. So when you do meet, you're going to know one another, but you're not going to really look at them right away as a romantic interest. They're going to see you as a romantic interest right away, because like I said, they have the Knight of Cups and the Lover's energy present and the Knight of Wands. They're going to immediately have this draw and pull to you, but you are not, because the reason is because I have this wake up card here. So I think that while they see you, and they see you as this really beautiful, delicate, you don't have to be delicate, but you have this beauty about you that is incredibly attractive to people, and you don't even notice it. I'm hearing pile 4. You don't realize how attractive you are to people. People just kind of turn to mush around you. You get hints of it when you talk to people, in the sense that, you know, they might flush around you. They might kind of pull in closer to you and not realize it. They are, you know, they're kind of excited by you. They might laugh a little bit louder. They might tell more stupid jokes to get you to laugh. But you have this really deep attractiveness that you don't even realize, like she does here. Like, she looks very modest and humble. She's got these sort of like rosy little cheeks, and I don't think she even acknowledges how beautiful she is. And it says wake up, because I think what you're gonna notice in this connection is that they're going to notice you first. You're not going to see them first, and that is why the wake up card is showing up here. And I think perhaps you're not going to notice them because you're not looking for anyone. Like I said, I think that both of you have some wounds on your ego, because I have the 3 of Swords card, and I think in this case what it represents to me is that you have been hurt before, and they have been hurt before. There may have been some betrayals in their past that make them a little bit less inclined to dive into something, but you are going to propel them into that, is what I'm hearing. You're going to spark that up in them. It's almost going to be a reluctant, like, oh boy, what have I gotten myself into? And this impulsiveness that they will not be able to control or shy away from. They're going to want to draw you in, and they're going to immediately start. I'm hearing that they're going to find ways to bump into you. So you might work together. You might be in the same setting or sphere somehow, connected somehow. They're going to try to bump into you. They're going to try, not in a creepy way, but they're going to know a little bit about you, and they're going to know a little bit about what you're doing during the day, and they're going to try to kind of like slyly bump into you, or they're going to definitely make efforts and steps to reach out to you, and, you know, make up reasons to reach out to you. So if you don't work together, they might, you know, show up in your inbox or in your messages asking you a random question about something that you know very well. They're going to try to spark conversations with you because they won't be able to help themselves, because you're so alluring to them. But really what I'm hearing is that when this relationship gets started, I'm seeing actually that you're going to have amazing conversations. And one of the things that came out for me when I was shuffling these cards, one of the things that I heard is that you're going to talk late into the night with this person. You're going to have long conversations. You're going to be on the phone for hours. You're going to be on the phone with this person, and you're going to start a conversation, and, you know, you're going to start at like midnight, and by the time you stop and just chatting with them, it's going to be like 6 a.m. and you're going to not even want to sleep after that. You're going to be so full of adrenaline and excitement and that sort of giddiness that you're not going to want to go to sleep. And I'm getting that really strongly because, like I said, part of what this relationship is going to do for you, I have the Healing Chaos card, I have the 3 of Swords, and I have Forgiving and Learning. So That's where I'm getting the fact that I think is one or both of you are wounded. This card says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So I definitely think, because I have this healing chaos card, it's going to be a whirlwind. Oh, also there's butterfly images in it. I'm going to try to focus it a little bit here. As you can see, there's more butterfly imagery like in the Page of Swords. Like I said, I do think that this person sees you as something they want to grab, as something that's, I don't want to use the word delicate, because I don't necessarily think that you're delicate and sort of girly or soft per se. They see you as this beautiful, alluring object. The other thing I'm hearing is, because of your past wounds, you're a little bit more guarded, you're a little bit more skeptical, you don't really trust people's intentions. You're gonna meet this person, and that's perhaps why it's gonna take you so long to realize what's happening. You're gonna meet this person and you're gonna go, I don't know if this guy's serious, or I don't know if this girl's serious. I don't know if they're just flirting and they're playing around and they're just kind of having fun. And I'm not, I'm not into that, because like, I've already done this, been there, done that. It didn't work out for me. I'm just gonna, put up my boundaries, build my walls, but they're gonna knock them down really quickly once they start, because you are going to have these heart-to-heart conversations. You are going to have long nights of dialogue, of sharing, of laughing. I'm hearing a lot of laughter. I'm hearing a lot of like heart-to-hearts. You're going to open up to them very quickly, because they're going to open up to you very quickly. They're going to tell you vulnerable moments in their lives. They're going to tell you embarrassing stories about themselves. They're going to start tearing those walls down very quickly. And what it's going to be, because I'm saying whirlwind and whirlwind, and I'm not even noticing that this is a tornado here. I'm seeing that this is going to be such a different change of pace to what you're ordinarily used to, that it will rouse you out of this sort of defensiveness that you've been inhabiting, which is still, it's a good thing to be protective of yourself. You should kind of question people's motives. You should be cautious, but they're going to realize that very quickly, and they're going to know, okay, I have to put in a lot of work here, because again, you have the Knight of Wands and a Knight of Cups. Now, these are people who do put in the work and the effort. They are very driven, motivated people. He's or she or they are going to put in the effort to knock those walls down, and they're going to come crashing down very, very quickly, because you're going to notice, like I said, through having these heart-to-hearts, being honest and open, that you can trust them and they can trust you. And that is going to pick up quite fast. And it's going to be once things pick up, once that initial moment of hesitation of building those boundaries is torn down, you're going to start moving quickly, and you're going to fall in love very quickly. Again, I do have the Lovers here, so it's very apparent to me that they are going to be someone who sweeps you off your feet, whether you like it or not, and they're going to really treat you well, because they see you as this object of their desire, in a way that's not possessive necessarily, not in a codependent, possessive, obsessive, stalker way, but in a way where they just are so inexplicably drawn to you. They do not understand why, but they need to go and they need to seek you out. And they're going to pull up. They're going to pull off all the stops. There's going to be romantic gestures. There's going to be, if you're not someone who likes flowers and letters, stuff like that, they're going to find other ways to appeal to you. They're going to find ways to show you that they love you, that they're interested in you, that they appreciate you. And it's going to be certainly something that will make you feel, I'm hearing feel alive, but certainly make you feel healed from whatever it is that happened to you previously in a whole new way. And you're going to start, at the very least, relaxing those boundaries and relaxing that tension that someone else created in your life. And you're going to definitely have a very successful, prosperous relationship. I unfortunately cannot say if this is permanent or if this is temporary. I do think it's going to be a long-lasting connection, a fun, romantic one, an exciting one, but I cannot say if this is a soulmate or a twin flame connection. Unfortunately, that remains to be known, but it is going to be one that is going to help you heal, that is going to help you move away from some of the negativity that you've experienced, some of the nastiness you experienced, and make you feel appreciated, seen, adored, desired. So it is a very exciting connection that I have that you have up ahead for you, rather. Thank you so much for watching Pile 4. As always, please let me know if it resonated, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. Have a lovely day. Welcome to your Pick a Card, Pile 5. I'm so grateful to have you here with me today. I'm going to start off by letting you know that the song that I picked for you is Be Kind by Marshmallo featuring Halsey, and it is very fitting for this reading because I'm seeing that at the center of this reading is the Nine of Swords. So there's a few things about this card that I want to point out to you. Number one, I think you're someone that has been very down, depressed, feeling a lot of loneliness, a lot of sadness. You've been feeling like you cannot be understood. You've been isolated. You've been in retreat, excuse me. But I feel like it's for a number of reasons. I think that for some of you, it is despair resulting from really bad, unsuccessful attempts at a romantic connection that have left you feeling hopeless, that have left you feeling low. I'm hearing that some of you may have been in abusive relationships, emotionally abusive relationships. You have been mistreated in the past. You have been manipulated. You have been taken advantage of by people, because I do feel you have this very enigmatic draw to you, and it makes people pull to you. But what they do is they suck you dry. They do not leave you feeling full. They do not do anything for you. The other thing that's coming through is some of you have recently experienced a loss of someone that you love. Some of you may have even lost someone that you were romantically involved in at some point in your life. I'm hearing that for some of you, when you were children or young, you lost someone that you did love. And what I'm also hearing is that they are your spirit guide currently, and that they're here to help convey this message for you today. And so if you can bear with me, and for others of you, you did experience a loss of someone quite recently, and they are also your spirit guide, but they do not necessarily have to be your romantic partner. I'm hearing that for some of you, it is a relative. But ultimately, what is happening is you do have a guide that is here to kind of direct you to the right person. They are just as fed up as you are. They are tired of these people who have been sucking you dry. I have the Five of Swords here. I'm feeling a lot of conflict that has occurred in your past that has left you feeling less than great, less than loved, less than appreciated. I hear the Five of Wands here. I'm feeling that you have been in relationships in the past where you had to vie for the attention of the person that you were with and compete for their attention because they did not give you 100%, and they made you feel, I'm hearing some of you have been ghosted. Some of you have felt that this person doesn't care about you, doesn't appreciate you. And you have been in this cyclical, nasty pattern of people who do not give you what you deserve, who do not fulfill you emotionally, who do not take care of you physically, who do not protect you. And I think that this person that is coming into your life is represented by the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles. This is someone who is very grounded, stable. They are successful in some ways in their life or whatever it is that they're venturing into or what they're doing currently. They are well read, they're intelligent, but the Emperor also represents somebody who is going to take care and protect their home, their loved ones. They are going to be there to be their rock. And actually, I believe he's sitting on a rock, or it looks like a planet, so it's a grounded energy. This is someone that's going to ground you in a very important way. But what I'm seeing for some of you is that you're going to have incredible chemistry with this person, and this person is your soulmate. So if that's a question that you've been asking, this next relationship is very likely going to be a soulmate connection. This chemistry card makes it appear as though this person's a little bit older. She looks a little bit younger, and this person is a little bit older, a little bit more mature. He is showing her something, and she's really entranced in what he is showing her, what he's teaching her. I'm hearing that this person's going to teach you a lot, which is why I think they're a little bit older. I don't think they're dramatically older, but I feel like they've had more life that they have lived than you may have lived, or more experience in a certain area where they're going to teach you a lot. And one of the things that I am hearing is that there is going to be a bit of pressure because they're older and because they're going to meet you, and they're probably going to think, yeah, this is the one for me. I'm obsessed with this person. I'm in love with this person. I want to move things quickly. I want to show this person how much I care. I want to commit. And there's going to be a bit of pressure. But I find that what's going to happen is that you're going to push back against this pressure, as you can see here, time, pressure, and in a rush. One or both of you is in a rush. I believe that the person that is coming into your life may be the person in a rush, or they're going to want to commit quickly, take big leaps quickly. And the reason why I'm hearing that this is going to be a bit of a testy connection, it's going to be some of it's going to be challenging. I do see the Five of Wands here, and I do have the Five of Swords here. And taking the song that I picked for you, Be Kind by Halsey, what I'm feeling is your history of being dejected, of being let down, of being taken advantage of being ghosted, of being manipulated is going to slow you down. You're going to have a lot of hesitations, reservations. You're going to feel like you cannot maybe necessarily leap into things quickly, because you're always going to have the sense, what I'm hearing is, you have the sense that things are going to fall apart regardless. You have this really sad heaviness to you that is spurred on by your history of having people take advantage of you and let you down romantically, but also in other areas of your life. I feel like you're just someone who is so enigmatic and attractive and empathetic. You might be an empath. You may be somebody who really takes care of the people around you, offers a listening ear, offers a shoulder to cry on, but people just don't do that for you. They take advantage of that. Instead of really appreciating what they have with you, they take advantage of that. And I feel like what's going to happen is that you're going to project that on them, either in an obvious way or in a subtle way. So they're going to make these grand gestures. They're going to say, I love you. You're not going to believe them. And they're going to get frustrated at that because they're not going to understand why. They're going to struggle to really conceptualize why. They're going to ask you to, move in with them, or ask you to take a very big romantic step. And you're going to say, okay, whatever. You're going to have resistance, you're going to have hesitation, you're going to question their motives, you're not going to necessarily see them for what they are, which is this Emperor energy, this I want to take care of you energy. If they are older, they're just wanting to take care of you because they have found the person that they're in love with, they have found their soulmate, they have found their other half, and you're going to be resisting and pushing back a little bit because of this history that you have gone through, where you feel that you cannot trust people, or you have been hurt before and you feel like you need to pull back and question things instead of accepting them for what they are. So there is going to be a need for them or you or both of you to exercise patience. You're going to have to be patient with them, with their desire to move things along, and they're going to have to be patient with your healing, because I see that there's quite a lot of healing that has to happen because of this Knight of Swords energy, whether it is mental health related healing, whether it is healing from a loss, a death, or it's healing from this pattern of people taking advantage of you, of hurting you, of bringing you down, that has created you to have a really great sense of distrust and this feeling of, how can something so great happen to me? Well, surely it's temporary. Surely it's going to be ripped apart from me. Surely I should not invest fully in this person, even though this person makes me feel wonderful, even though I have this wonderful chemistry with them, even though they protect me, even though they take care of me, even though they financially support me and make me feel as though I'm stable and safe. That's the other thing. I feel like they're going to spend a lot of money on you, because I do think that they have a lot of money to spend, and you're going to question that. You're going to go, okay, why are you spending all this money on me? what are your intentions? Why are you, getting me all of these nice things? Why are you getting me? They're not going to understand why you're reacting that way, because from their perspective, they're just trying to take care of you. They're trying to make you feel as though you're loved. They're not trying to manipulate you financially. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm simply talking about someone who is going to say, oh, you're struggling here financially, let me help you out. And you're going to think, okay, are there strings attached? Because that's usually how it's always been in my previous relationships. Whenever somebody offers me something, it's because they want something out of me, and they're kind of going to go, no, I'm just trying to take care of you. I'm trying to ensure that you're safe, you're stable, and you're focusing on the things that are important to you, instead of this constant rat race of, I have to make money, I have to keep up on top of everything, and I'm constantly stuck in this loop. There's going to be quite a lot of discord, and they're not going to understand you at first. You're not going to understand them at first. And really what needs to happen is you need to open up to them, and you need to show them why and where this is coming from, so that they can get a better sense of where you come from. Because I do think that while you have all of these walls built up, all of these boundaries built around you, you're still someone that believes in love. I have here the, oh goodness, 7 of Cups. I know what this card represents, but I keep forgetting. The 7 of Cups is all about wishful thinking, imagination, of manifesting your dreams and living in your head and dreaming and dreaming and dreaming. And I think what's going to happen is you are this dreamer, and although all of this negative crap happened, all of these people in your previous years, months, weeks, whatever, however long it may have been, that people have scorned and hurt you, abandoned you, betrayed you, left you to deal with your pain on your own. You have this dreamer inside of you that does believe that there's someone out there for you. And this is going to piss them off, because they're going to be, it's me, I am the person for you. And you're going to push back a little bit, because again, I think that you are not confident that you deserve these things. And I feel like you're not confident that you deserve these things, number one, because I feel like people have instilled that in you. And I'm so sorry if that happened to you, if people have said to you, I'm hearing for some of you, you might have heard, you're never going to find someone like me. You're never going to be with someone who loves you the way I do. I'm hearing all of those words repeating in my head. That's not true. And this person is definitely going to try to break those walls down and re-teach you or help you relearn. Again, as you can see in this chemistry card, he's holding out a little bit of light to her, and she's kind of hesitantly wanting to touch it, but doesn't quite want to place her hands on it. So I do feel like what they're going to do is they're going to show you all of these things, and what's going to happen is there's going to be a bit of conflict there. But ultimately what I'm hearing is that they're going to stick by you regardless. They're going to have patience with you, and they're going to show you through action that they are not these people who came before them. And that is what I think is up ahead for you. And that's why I think the song Be Kind resonates so well with this reading, is that we sometimes project our own insecurities or the things that other people have done to us onto others without even realizing it. We're thinking, oh, I don't deserve to be loved, so I'm going to act in a way that's going to push people away from me because I don't deserve love. But that's not something that you did to yourself. That's something other people have done to you. And they're going to really work hard to break that down, because at the end of the day, they're your soulmate. And I think one of the things that's going to happen with this person, for some of you, not all of you, is there might be a break where you do separate for a while, but you're going to find yourself coming back together and trying again, because you're going to be going through a healing process and they're going to be going through a growth process. But ultimately, they know that you are the person that they want to be with, and they're going to have to be patient with you. So sometimes when you push them away and you say, get out, or you have a fight and they walk out, or you say, I don't, however it is that you react, they're going to honor that. They're going to respect that. But they are always going to want to come back to you and show you again and again that they are there to stay, that they are there to help you grow. And again, I do think that this is a soulmate connection for you guys, and I'm excited for the growth that you're about to experience. I am excited for this new relationship. I do hope it ends well for you at the end. Thank you so much for watching Pile 5. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed your reading, but most of all, let me know if it resonated in the comments below. Have a lovely day.